What's going on? So I had to talk about when Kevin Hart called out Kurt Franklin for his gyrating and dancing because I was watching the BT, the low lights, and it's kind of funny that everybody's trying to dress up, even though, like I said before, the award shows is like lipstick on a pig. No matter how you dress it up, it's still a pig. Kirk Franklin, who I liked a lot 30 years ago. I mean, when Stomp came, I had the whole GP. I had his first gospel record. I was really into what he was doing because after the Winans family gospel crossover and accessibility, he became one. And you could groove to Kirk Franklin. He was, like his book coming from Dallas. I was like reading on him and he was cool. But then somewhere along the line, well, I had already heard he was kind of like somewhere with Bobby Brown meets Prince and gyrating and doing all kinds of things, which was unpassionate and un-Christian like, but it ain't stop him. And then when you hear stories about him, because I had his book, I really did like Kirk for a moment. I had a friend of mine even bought me the book, you know, and I liked it for, uh, you know, I got hooked up with it, and then of course, he is such cap. It's not even funny because even though and they tell you biblical to forgive and forget, he act like he don't even know who R. Kelly is. He used to work with him, and then he talk about I don't know. He played Ghost, and then he plays Ghost with his own persona. I think that's when I be looking at him sideways. But if Kevin Hart of all people is telling you at a show, watch your movements, what is that saying about the so-called minister? And what is he doing exactly? What is his gyrating? You know, if he's coming across all freaky deaky on stage, and that's the fact. And it's like Kirk Franklin, you've been kicking at Diddy parties with TD Cakes and all of them. Just saying, all have been rolling in one, all in rolling in one. What's going on? And that is to be called out because you're supposed to be one of the few people that's an uplifting spot. Wait, and first of all, why are you even trying to come to these award shows still at this stage? What is your purpose? You know. But I gotta remember that in the world of entertainment and the secular and the spiritual, they blend and blur the whole lines. But it was something else when Kevin Hart had to called out Kirk Franklin over his dance moves. The minister. This, you couldn't make this up. You think that this was out of a movie or something. I mean, what's Kirk Franklin doing? Why did it come to this? You know, Kirk was a cool cat that people kind of looked up to because GP, remember I used to